What's up, good people and Eagle fans? Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. Hope you all are having a great day. Been busy in my workshop getting some stuff done, and trying to keep up with everything that is the Cowboys. It's a much quieter day today than the madness that was yesterday. It was cray-cray yesterday. So we have some big news. We have some very, very big news here. The Dallas Cowboys doing their pro days, visits and things, trying to figure out what's what, who's who, looking at the prospects. And the great thing is our coaches are out there meeting these guys and, definitely checking them out. Here's an interesting one. Now, there's the 30 visits that you can have, okay? Plus, the Cowboys also have, like, their Dallas Day, which are, like, local players that can come in that don't count against your 30. So that's where they end up kind of pushing the limits a little bit there. And one of the conferences was actually doing workouts at the Star, which made it good because the Cowboys could be there meeting guys and saying, hey, this is where we practice and stuff, and kind of covertly meeting some of the prospects without necessarily having the visit. Well, the Cowboys, the Eagles, God, I hate to use the Eagles, but the Eagles are the blueprint of what you want to do right now. Copycat league. The Eagles have found out that everything goes through the lines. They got a great offensive line. They got a great defensive line, which makes it easier for their quarterback. Hence, Cowboys, listen up. And we've got the Cowboys, one of their visits is going to be Stewart, Shamar, I'm probably mispronouncing, Shamar Stewart, edge rusher from Texas A&M. And this is what he had to say. He kind of spilled the beans here. Listen to him. Now, first of all, I'm going to say, Mike looked at this and said, what the hell? What the, it was like, he's like, is something going on? Is he like looking at a rattlesnake at his feet or something like that? It's like, no, that's just the beginning of the video there. But those eyes are wide open. I haven't seen eyes that wide open since Mike Singletary. But listen to what he has to say.
Cowboys won?
Yeah, Cowboys actually next week.
Yeah, what are you excited for about that? Be able to stay in Texas?
Actually, I've never been to Dallas. I only been to Arlington for our little game, but other than that, I've never been to Dallas, so that's always going to be an experience. Also, just going to a facility. It's everything big in Texas I'm trying to see.
The DC D-line coach here today, were you able to chop it up with them?
No.
How do you think your fit with Michael Parsons would be?
I mean, obviously I'm going to have to go through the learning curve. There's always going to be a big major learning curve going from college to the pros. So I just have to sit back and take some notes from him, and also if we get together, it could be a crazy 1-2 punch on D-line.
Crazy 1-2 punch. Woo-wee. So while I talk about this a little bit more, let's go to, hopefully I won't get copywritten on this. Shout out to NFL Film Room here. This is some of the draft film of him. Okay, I'm just going to let it play here. So the Dallas Cowboys staff was out in full force to check out the Texas A&M Aggie Pro Day with head coach Brian Schottenheimer, defensive coach Matt Everfuss, and of course, Aaron Whitecotton. Okay, I don't know any other cotton. I've only seen cotton in the raw white, so I've never seen blue cotton in the wild, but be that as it may, they were all there. One of the Texas A&M prospects in the class, a standout edge, Shamar Stewart, who did not participate in Pro Day's workout. If we look at the grades, okay, his prospect grade is a 6.41, will become a good starter within 2 years. He's a junior. He's 6'5", 267. Arm length 34 1/8, hands 9 5/8. So look at his hands; they're so big. I think I'm close to 10. I got to check, but I got real big hands. His production score at the combine was a 64, which ranked him 26th at edge and defensive end. His athleticism ranked at 84, which was 4th, and his total score puts him at 7th. So that's pretty good. His standing broad jump, 10 foot, 11 inches. His vertical, 40 inches. And his 40, a 4.59. So he's quick, he's strong, he's got a big build on him. And I guess when you get him into the NFL and they put the NFL man body on there, that boy is fast. He's fast. He's good at keeping his shoulders square. I have not, I'm not the college guy. I'm not the college guy. You can get real. I'm looking at the clips here for the first time myself, and you see the speed that he has, and he keeps his shoulders square to the line, which is key. See, look at that. He's going down the line. Boom. Find the ball carrier. So definitely the Cowboys are looking high and low. Let's put it that way. I think the Cowboys are under the realization that what they have to do is they've got to be able to draft the best player available at whatever's there. Something that the Cowboys like to do, one, their 30-day visits, more times than not, those are guys that they draft. So you can definitely get a feel for where they're going by those 30 visits. Second thing the Cowboys like to do, especially in the first round, and maybe this is one of the reasons why they've been so successful with the first round picks, is typically what they like to do is whatever position they draft, they want that first round pick to be the best at that position. So when they drafted early, with the 4th pick, Zeke Elliott was the best running back. Boom, they took him. Travis Frederick, when they were drafting him, they moved back and they took Travis Frederick, the number 1 center in the draft, although people laughed at him saying you're taking a center in the first round, that you're stupid, basically. But Cowboys, boy, look at that. He's still fighting and fighting and fighting. He definitely could fight. He's going against a mountain right there, splitting a double team. They like to get the top prospects at a position. So we'll see where he falls. I don't think that this is a first-round draft pick per se. This might be a guy they look in the 2nd or 3rd round, but we'll have to wait and see. So the Cowboys are definitely trying to do their homework. I love the interview there. He hasn't been to Dallas, but thinks that it would be problems for teams. Early in the day, Cowboys were named a great fit for Stewart, who was described as a freakish guy and somebody who can take a game over. 6'5", 267-pound Stewart had an eye-popping numbers at the NFL Combine in Indianapolis last month with a 4.59 40-inch vertical and a 10. Boy, didn't I just tell you all that? Okay. Last season recorded 31 tackles, 1.5 sacks. Kind of light on the sacks there. A forced fumbles and 2 pass defended. While the numbers don't jump off the page, the talent is undeniable. They're in a pairing Stewart with a player Parsons' caliber could become an instant headache for opposing offenses. All righty, people, there you have it. Latest news on what the Cowboys are trying to do. I'm Mark Holmes, and I appreciate y'all, and I'm going to go back and get in the workshop and get some more sawdust all over me. Peace out.